I have just connected a 3-watt Panasonic downlight, as they call it. It costs about 150 rupees. It's a 3-watt LED light, and it is really meant for, these lamps are used for putting it on the false roof. uh, Tiny holes are made and these just fit very snugly into these sockets. What I like best about it is I was really looking for a light which doesn't give much glare at the same time. When I look into the camera, I didn't want my eyes to be sort of staring into a light source that is very disturbing to the eye, especially when it is very bright. This has got some kind of a diffuse lighting, so I do feel that the shadows and other things that will complicate if the lighting is not put properly, that could be compensated for, because as such 3-watt light is not very powerful in terms of number of lumens that it can generate. So I do feel that this should be a good substitute for me. Anyway, this video will tell me whether this particular lighting is suitable as a background lighting for my videos. As I said, I am not a professional, so I'm just learning. It is a whole lot, holding a camera or focusing on a camera and talking is no big deal. But as you start to make videos, you realize that your light is not good. The volume in which you speak is really not up to the mark. So that is where you need a good video editor. But more importantly, the lighting has to be good. You get a lot of lighting attachments nowadays, varying degrees of cost. So it's just up to you as to what you have to buy. But I personally feel that once you are in that learning curve of making a good video and you have really not mastered anything at all, then some kind of a lighting like this is more than enough. Because at the end of the day, your face has to show clearly, and the expression that is in your face should be reflected back into the video. So this is George Marshall speaking to you on the 25th of November 2022. This is part 2 of my video. I was noticing that when I had put this light at an angle that was, as I'm staring into the camera, to my right was this light, and maybe about 6 or 10 inches away was the camera which I was looking into. And I noticed that there was an ugly uh, shadow which was to my right, as, or perhaps as you when you look into my video, it would be to your right. There was this ugly shadow that was not really looking very good. And as it is normally the case, because if you see it in a normal digital camera or any other camera for that matter, the light source is right in front. Wherever the camera is taking its pictures, the light, if you notice, would flash directly from there. And so it is with your phones. So what I did was, my table in which I have my Mac, which is behind me and you don't see, uh, I made space so that the light that I was talking to you about is Panasonic 3-watt downlight, it is called. It has got clips on either side. Those clips are meant to be used when you fix it into the false ceiling, because you just push it in and then the springs will take over and plug it in properly so that the light will be absolutely snug fit. But for me, or for any DIY enthusiast, these two clips give me it allows me to put a screw and a washer, and I could now fix this light on some kind of a stand, maybe a wooden reaper or metallic pipe, which really looks good. You have to drill a hole, and these two clips that are on either side of this what do you call light, uh, you can fix it and then make your own lamp. uh, you can buy these things from the market, but from all the leftover items like pipes and wires and nuts and bolts and screws, you really feel good if you can make this on your own. It's not a big project, it is a very simple project. You just have to look into whatever junk that you have been accumulating, especially a person like me. For me, every little thing that is a metal rod or something which can be bent, twisted, pried, whatever. These things is good for me at a later time. I don't feel the need of it right when you look at it and you want to keep it. But sometimes when you really have to think aloud and then find out what exactly you need, when you look into those junk, you definitely get the kind of thing that you are looking for. So this is George Marshall ending this particular video of using the Panasonic 3-watt downlight, as they call it, to be used as a background light for my phone is a S20 Ultra, and just on top of it I have put the light. So this is George Marshall signing off on the 25th of November 2022.